Damn. It must be some. Like, check. Let me pull up my own TikTok live so I can hear it, bro. I need to hear what it sounds like, actually. Where's the audio part? Mic check. Oh, it actually sounds good. I bet. All right, let's pop Discord up. Let's pop the Discord up. Bow, 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 bow. This step. Booty meat. Eight. Look at them booty cheeks. Bow, 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 bow. Why that song in my head? Oh my god, I need a new mouse pad, bro. All right. All right, let's go. We back at it. Boom. Reset charge. Let's lock this on here. Make sure this is locked as well. Go to GU. Make sure all my previous positions are locked. This was about a 10. Make sure this is locked as well. Make sure this is locked as well. All right, let's put the music back on. You guys make me fall in love. I've cleared all my charts. Clear EJ. Clear EU. Clear GU. Oh, fuck. Oh, this should not get deleted. Fuck. Okay. Oh, fuck. No, don't got deleted. This should not get deleted either. There we go. Now it's 100. Let's clear it. US 30. Look how price wrecked it off this field level, though. A nice little push. My pin, yeah. It must be something I'm missing. Yeah. That's choppy? What's choppy, bro? Loving, baby, I need it around. Something you don't give me nothing. Yeah. You always give it to me. Oh my god, this shit looks disgusting, bro. JPY? Let's do some breakdowns, bro. Daily time frame on Euro JPY overall bullish. How do I know that? Price took out this previous high to the left hand side, making a new high, which lets me know that we are continuing higher. Some nice move today though. Yeah, I got a nice trade earlier. But because I didn't go live last night, I'm trying to make up for the live because I normally live stream during London session. I'm trying to make up for the live that I missed last night doing right now. Daily time frame overall bullish, making a new high above the previous high to the left hand side. Look on the 4 hour time frame, overall bullish as well. Again, we're making a new highs above the previous high, looking left. Let's go to 1 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame is in a bullish market, but overall consolidating. We're in between this current high and this previous high and low on the 1 hour time frame, showing us some consolidation here as price struggled to break these lows and struggled to break these highs. But all to say, 1 hour is still bullish as well. As long as we respect this previous low, we should continue bullish. But it's not a price action range that I would actually want to trade in. So for me to take a buy continuation, I would want to see price make new highs first. That doesn't happen until price breaks above this high. Give us a pullback retest for potential trend continuation. And as far as sells, I really want to sell until our 4 hours goes bearish. And I really want to say our 4 hour doesn't go bearish until price at least close back below this range. And then we could, as price come to take out this higher low, and we can look for price to fall back down into this level here. So that's how I think about GJ. Well, not GJ, EJ. My bad. Didn't mean to say GJ. What's a good Nifty? N50. Look at EU. This was a trade we got. I think I called this trade on live 2 days ago. For a little 1-to-1, then reverse on me, take me out at break even. But let's see what we got on EU. Daily time frame overall bearish now as price came to take out this previous low, making a new low. Daily time frame just went bearish on EU. Look on our 4 hour time frame, you are bearish as well as price came to take this low, showing us we have bearish structure making a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Let's skip this fucking ad. Okay, I guess I can't skip the ad. As 4 hour time frame is bearish. Look on the 1 hour time frame, we're bearish here as well. As you can see, price made new lows as we came down to take this low. With after creating these equal highs right over here, we have a lower low, lower high, new lower low. 1 hour, 4 hour daily are all bearish. So I really want to take sells more than I want to take buys. So I'll mark off my current low, which was this current low right over here. Our previous low, which would be this previous low sitting right over here, and our current lower high, which would be this lower high right over here. And those are all of the levels I would use. Other than that, I want to see price pull back off of this drop down. So we can see a pullback and a potential rejection off of this previous low that price previously broke through without giving us a retest. We could pull back up here for trend continuation bearish, or we can reject off of this bearish fib level in between this 618 and this 0.50 area on a bearish fib for trend continuation to the downside. If price pulls back and doesn't give me entry at either of these and comes down and makes equal lows or breaks these lows, we can look to take a trade down here. Or if we get these trades and price floats in profit down here, we can look to take a scaling at a later date. Down here or potential scaling. And then looking left, if we get entries down here, up here, we can target here. If we get entries up here, we can target here. If we get entries down here, we can look to target these lows down here or this overall wick fill. GU. Let's look at GU. Daily top. Actually, before we look at GU, let's look at GU recap on what we did. Was 2 days ago. 2 days ago, we caught some. I took some sells back here. I ended up losing these sells. The sells I took back here was looking at price take out this higher low, close below this level of support. I took a sell at the 5-minute shift bearish. Price put me in a little bit of profit, then overall stop me out and continue higher, making a new higher above these highs. Once I seen price make this new highs, I'm like, no, we still bearish. We still rejecting off of this overall low right over here. This is what I was anticipating. Price just gave us a deeper retracement where it overall got stopped out at. So I wait for price to continue down. Once price came down all the way again, back below these lows, I decided to take my sell. It wasn't these lows I was looking at. It was these lows I was looking at. I decided to take my sell again after I got a 1 hour closure, a pullback retest, and a trend continuation where I decided to give my first trade just a second chance. And overall, nice solid setup. This was a nice recovery trade after losing this previous trade right over here from Wednesday. Been in Euro USD since for about a week. Damn. A week? That's a long ass trade, my boy. You swing. Then we also got a scaling trade back over here. So after we was in this position, I got out as price came down to tap into these lows over here, as we was approaching these lows over here. Price gave us a break, a retest, and another continuation, giving us a dragon back break and retest. Again, waited for a retest on a 5-minute chart. Looking at this retest, price took out this lower high right over here. Took to my sell, stop loss. I had a bigger stop loss in this. I think I had about 20 pip stop loss. I had a 20 pip stop loss, something like this, and I got out a little bit at these lows here. Like so, it's about a little cooler 1-to-1 for a scaling position, which is not bad. But these two are really fire trades. This was some nice recovery. Let's pull up the Discord. I actually sent it in the Discord. General chat room. This is the screenshot I sent in the Discord, looking at GBP USD right over here. I got an eye out on this 5-minute low for GU for sales. 5-minute low got taken out, which was pretty solid. Let's actually send it in the Discord. All right, but that was our previous setups on GU. Let's look at our 30,000 lot. Yeah, you're fucking rich, kid. Let me borrow something, bro. All right, looking at GU on the daily time frame now, we overall just shit bearish as price came down to take these lows after making these highs. Overall bearish. Look at the 4-hour time frame, overall bearish as well. Price took this low right over here. Clear bearish structure. Looking at our 1-hour time frame, aggressively bearish. I really want to sell more than I want to buy, but I wouldn't want to sell at this current price range. I need to see healthy retracement first. So looking at this, we have our current low all the way down here, our previous low, which would be this low right there over here. Our current low high will be right over here. So in order for me to take another sell on GU, I would want to see a pullback into previous lows structure, which is all the way up here. Either that, or I will wait for price to give me a fib level retracement back into this bearish fib. Back into this area up here for a trend continuation, or price give us a break and retest of this low right over here for a trend continuation to go bearish. If we get a trade up here or up here, we could target this low. If we get a trade down here, we can look to the left to find a low to target, and we can target the bottom of this range here. This looks pretty clean. Let's look at NAS 100. Can I come up and chat with you? I don't know how to do that on PC, but it's not gonna be a long live. If I'm gonna go live again during London session, you can come up and chat during London session if you want, though. I'll figure it out. But right now, I really don't feel like it, to be honest. I'm just trying to make up for not going live today earlier in London session. Trying to make up for it right now. That's why I'm going live. But if you pop in the chat during London session tonight, after I go to sleep, after I get off this live, I'll bring you up in the chat, and I can figure out how to do that. And I really appreciate how you can actually trade. Yeah, right. I try to keep stuff simple. Look on the daily time frame on NAS 100, overall bullish. Price make a new high above these highs all the way up here. Looking on the 4-hour time frame, overall bearish. Price made a new low as we came to take this low right over here. As you can see, we have clear lower lows and lower highs on the 1-hour time frame. Looking at our 4-hour time frame, looking at our 1-hour time frame, we still bearish. Still lower lows and lower highs. This is our current low right over here. This is our previous low sitting right over here. This is our current lower high sitting right here. So break and retest of this area has already happened. Where price gave us a break and retest and a trend continuation. Price came down, trying to make some equal lows, pretty much failed. Came pretty close though. Actually, we did make equal lows if you use these bodies. So we did make some equal lows down here. Now we possibly reversing. So as far as sells, again, I really want to sell right here because this range already got filled after a break and retest. So in order for me to sell, I would need to see price make a new low, and then I could sell off and look to target the bottom of this range over here, which is the same as this wick fill. Other than that, buying US30, not US30, that's 100. I wouldn't want to buy until 4 hour goes bullish. Now 4 hour goes back bullish if we could take out this lower high right over here, have a trend continuation to the upside, and then you can look to target these highs over here, which is current all-time highs, or these highs right over here, which is previous 1 hour lower high structure. So that's what I think about US30. Either sells below here or about above here. Not US30, not 100. Euro USD. I did Euro USD already, but I'll go back. I'll get back to it. Thanks for the roses. 50. Look at the daily time frame on the US30. Overall bullish above this high here as it made a new high. We're going on a 4 hour time frame. We're bearish. How do I know? Price took out these lows down here, creating a lower high structure. 1 hour time frame. We're bearish as well. Same lower high structure. Looking at the 1 hour time frame, we are bearish. This is our current low. This is our previous low. This is our current lower high up here. We had a break and retest of this previous low right over here. We're a trend continuation. We filled the range. Now we have a new range, which would be this area right over here. We potentially take some sells. Looking inside this range, don't want to trade inside this range too much. Or you don't want to trade below this range either, because we just have this range to fill. But the real range will be below this range, which we have this range to fill right over here. You could potentially take some aggressive sells right over here. I low-key like that. Let's just delete that mid level to get it off our chart, so it won't discourage us. Other than that, we can look at this fib level retracement. As we are at a 50% retracement right over here, we can potentially take some sells. Looking at the 5-minute chart, you see we have clear higher high and higher low structure on this 5-minute chart. You can wait for this to get taken out to take some sells with this inside the range, stop loss above the current high, and you look at target the bottom of the range would be about a 1 to 2. Pursue forward as price come down to make a new low. Also, this entry will be this entry is based off the 5-minute chart, which aligns with the 1 hour chart where we will be breaking previous 1 hour candlestick lows as an entry. Stop loss above the current candle highs. Looking to target these wick fills down here. That looks pretty clean, to be honest. So I'm going to leave this up on my screen and make this our number 1 pair for right now. We might take a trade during energy sector. Bro, folks are sleeping on this live. No cap, bro. Straight value. No fluff. None of that bullshit nonsense that sound good, bro. Just straight education, bro. Real simple. Let's see what else. We did NAS 100 NZDSD. Let's look at it. Daily time frame overall bearish. How do I know we're making a new low below this low? Directional bias is bearish on a daily time frame. Looking on 4 hour time frame, directional bias is bearish still. Price went bearish as we came to take out this higher low right over here. Looking on a 1 hour time frame, aggressively bearish as well, making a new low below this low here. Ideally, I only want to look for sells as opposed to buys. We have more time frames telling us to sell rather than telling us to buy. Very self-explanatory. This is our current low. This is our previous low. This is our current lower high right over here. So either price can give us a pullback retracement into our previous low for a trend continuation to go bearish, or we can look for a fib level retracement, which lines up here with this bearish fib. Label this bearish fib. You may see my breakdowns or me do the same thing on each pair I trade, where you get repetitive by marking off the same levels and things of that nature. But that is the boring part of trading and the profitable way to trade. Not trying to do different shit because you're trading a different pair. Keep it simple. So less is more for real. So those are the 2 areas I'm looking to sell. If I don't get a sell at either of those areas and price decides to continue down, I can look to take a scale and trade down here where we have a break of current lows and look for retest and a trend continuation. If you get a sell down here below this low, we can look left for potential target, and you can trade to the bottom of this range all the way down here. This is clean range to fill. This is a very clean price action that needs to get balanced out. This looks pretty clean. Looks pretty promising. But just that it needs a healthy retracement before a trend continuation. Look at GA. Daily time frame. Overall bearish, making a new low below this low. So now we have a lower high, potential lower low, where we're making equal lows at right now. 4 hour time frame. Bearish. How do I know? We made a new low below this low. Clear lower high structure. Now we have some equal lows right over here. Looking at a 1 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame still bearish. Same equal lows. So this is very easy trade. We can mark off the top of the range and the bottom of the range. This is our 1 hour current low and our 1 hour previous lower high. That is also our same 4 hour current low and our 4 hour previous high. So this lets you know that this is overall consolidation. We go bullish above this area on the 4-hour time frame and 1 hour time frame, and we continue bearish below this level on the 1 hour time frame and the 4-hour time frame. So very self-explanatory. This is a very easy technical trade to take. Just wait for a breakout of the range for trend continuation, either direction. Buys above this area, you can look to target this top of this range all the way up here, and then you can have a mid-level target here or here at these profit areas. And looking to sell below this area, you can look left and have a mid or a quick scalp profit target here, which I do not recommend getting out at. I would rather a bigger range to trade, to be honest. Let's look more left, and then you can look to trade. Look at all this imbalance that needs to get filled, bro. You can look to see if price can come down and reject off of these highs down here. So I like this. This is a very big range. Let's continue. Look at AU. AU daily time frame. Let's get a sense of direction. Overall bullish. How do I know? We made a new high above this lower high here. Price never took out this low. This was the lowest point price made before making that new high. So technically we are still bullish. This is just a bearish retracement of an overall bullish directional bias. Let's look at a 4-hour time frame. Looking at our 4-hour time frame. What are you talking about, Fancy? Is what going down? Looking at our 4-hour time frame, we overall bearish. Price made a new high above this high looking left. This was the lowest point price went before making that new high, and we eventually took that low out. Let me know that we are now in bearish structure. We have clear, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Clear is a bearish structure on the 4-hour time frame. So we're bullish on the daily time frame, bearish on the 4-hour time frame. Look at our 1-hour time frame, which we are aggressively bearish as well. We made a new high above this previous high here. This was the lowest point price went before making that new high. Let me know that we are now in bearish market. Have a lower low, a lower high, and a new lower low. Very simple. So 4 hours bearish, 1 hour bearish, daily is bullish. Because I have more time frame telling me to sell rather than telling me to buy, I would rather sell overall. So let's mark off our current low, our previous low, and our current lower high. And wait for price to pull back into our previous low for a break and retest. Looking for a continuation. Or look for a fib level retracement off of this push down, which also aligns with our support level, resistance level. So don't even need to use that. This is like an added confluence at the same exact spot. On GBP AUD, Fancy Nancy, are you talking about GBP AUD specifically? It is currently in a consolidation phase. You can either buy above 2.04500 or sell below 2.03600. Either one. We go bullish above the area on the 4 hour and the 1 hour. We go bearish below this level on the 4 hour and the 1 hour. Just where current price is at is, I call this a decision level, where price hasn't picked a clear direction yet. It's still figuring itself out, where the buyers and sellers are evenly matched. That's why we're playing around with this side of the range. Back to AU. So this is added confluence at this area. So we could just simply wait for price to pull back into that area or pull back somewhat to an extent, giving us a rebreak of this current low and then retest for another trend continuation or another potential entry. And then we can look to target these lows down here, or we can look to target this low right over here. Very simple. This looks pretty good as well. Look at gold. Gold, daily time frame, overall bullish. How do I know? We made a new high above this previous high to the left-hand side right over here. This is the lowest point price went before making that new high. Let me know that we are bullish on a daily time frame. Look at the 4 hour time frame. Look at our 4 hour time frame, currently bullish as well. Again, this is the same previous high, where we made a new high, and looking for a trend continuation. 1 hour time frame is indeed bearish though. How do I know we're bearish? We took this low right over here, where we decided to go bearish right over here, and price made a lower low, lower high, equal lows. So we're still bullish, still bearish. We go bullish if we break this high here though. So because our 1 hour and our 4 hour are contradicting, meaning our 1 hour is bearish, our 4 hour is bullish, I will wait for both of these time frames to be in sync. All you got to do to find that out is mark off the current low and the current low and the current high, and that's how you track price inside a range. Go to the 4 hour time frame. 4 hours already bullish, so we continue bullish above this area. This is where the 1 hour decides to go bullish if we re-break this high. Other than that, I just had to sneeze. Looking on the 4 hour time frame, You can take some sells below here for a trade continuation on the 1 hour time frame, but sells here are still counter trend to the 4 hour because we're still bullish. This would just be 4 hour internal structure, showing you a bullish retracement on the 4 hour time frame. But this could play out. It is definitely just a high risk trade. So I'll make this a dotted line, but it could still play out. It's just a little bit lower quality. So that's gold. Let's look at GJ. You in the trade yet? I got a small position runner. I got a small runner from my previous trade, but have I taken the trade yet? Like just now? No. I have a small runner running on my view position from yesterday. Daily time frame on GBP JPY. Overall bullish, made a new high above this high. We may go bearish if we could take this low though, to be honest. Looking on the 4 hour time frame, overall bearish. Price made a new high as price came up to break above this high over here, making a new high. This is the lowest point price was before making a new high, where we decided to go bearish. This is where we got this sell at last week. Looking on the 1 hour time frame, we're overall bearish as well. How do I know? Price made a new high above this previous high. This is the lowest points price went before making a new high, and we eventually took this low out, making new lows. Looking at this low table, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, equal lows. So price is now ranging inside this area in the 1 hour time frame. This is overall chop. This is the lowest point price went, where we made equal lows. This is the highest point price went before making those equal lows, giving us this range. I don't like this overall range at all, to be honest. So I'm going to ignore this mid level and just use the overall high of this range as the whole range. Trading below this range, you can look to target these lows down here. Look on the 4 hour time frame again. Actually, I want to say the 4 hour was bullish. Price took this low here. Then we create some equal lows here. Lower low, lower high, equal lows. Then we shift bullish here. So I want to say the 4 hour is bullish. I like that structure a little bit better. Then on the 1 hour time frame, we're bearish. So our 1 hour time frame goes bullish if we could take this high right over here. This will be our 4 hour and our 1 hour both being bullish at the same time, where you can have a trend continuation trade to the upside. If you don't like that trade, if you like this range, you can look to take it above here. You take this one, you can look to target these highs. If you take this one, you can look to target these highs for your first target and have a further profit target all the way up here as price comes to fill these wicks. Other than that, you could go bearish on the 4 hour time frame as price come down to take these lows here below this range, and then you can look to target the bottom of this range. Because the 4 hour goes bearish below this level. This is our 4 hour current higher low, and you can look to target these equal lows down here. Other than that, if you don't want to trade this range and you like this range a little bit better, you could take the sells below here, and you can look to the left. You can look to fill the rest of this range down here. Either one of these works. So you can either buy above here to break and recess, target this high, or buy above this break and recess, target this high, or sell below this area into this chop and target these lows, or sell below these lows and then look to target these lows. So you got some options there on GJ. What trade you doing? I'm in a position from yesterday on GU. Have I took another position just now? I mean, like today, like during agent session yet? No. Let's continue. That last song was my song though. We got a daily time frame on GBP CHF. All right, let's see what we got. Daily time frame overall bearish. How do I know? Making a new low below this previous low to the left hand side. Very self-explanatory. Looking at our 4 hour time frame, already making new lows, new highs, making clearly new lows. As you can see, price making a new low below this low. This was the highest point price went before making that new low. Price never ran back above the area. So technically, we are still in seller's territory. Look on the 1 hour time frame. We're also bearish here as well. Price created a new high above this high here. This is the lowest point price went before making that new high. This low eventually got taken out. Let me know we are bearish on a 1 hour time frame. So looking at this bearish structure, we don't have a significant lower high. We just have an aggressive drop. This is our current low where price is starting to slow down at right now. This is our previous low, meaning the low that price just broke. And now we're having to retest back up into that area for potential continuation to the downside. And this is our current lower high, where the highest point price has went before making that new low. You can mark this off as our level of resistance. You can mark our current level off as our level of support. And I really won't want to sell, even though we rejecting this area and we potentially come back down, I don't want to sell right back into this level of support. So in order for me to sell, I'd rather price clear this level first, give me a nice closure below, then look to the left hand side. Look how strong this level is. This is a nice strong level. But look to the left-hand side for another target, and then you can look to target these lows here, which is pretty fucking nasty, right? I don't even like those lows. It's too much chop. Let's go to 4-hour. Not right around here, yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And for the free game, I appreciate it, bro. No problem, bro. Thank you for stopping by the stream. Yeah. All right, so I really wouldn't want to sell off of this level right into this support. So instead, I'm going to delete this mid level to get it off my screen. If not on my screen, I won't be interested in taking it. That's a trick to your psychology, bro. If a level looks choppy, get it off your screen, and you won't even be interested in it anymore. Sell me below this range, you can look to target these lows down here. That's really it. We finally got some movement in UJ. I'm a beginner. I want to learn. I got you right now. Give me a second. Daily time frame on UJ overall bullish. We broke above these highs right over here and making a new high. So bullish on the daily. For all time frame bullish as well. Made a new high above these highs here. Finally, we got some movement on UJ. 1 hour time frame bullish above this high, making a new high right over here. So this is our current high where price is currently at. This is our previous high where price previously broke. This is our current higher low, meaning the lowest point price went before making a new high. That's it. We can look for break and retest of their current high for trend continuation bullish. We can wait for retest of our previous high where price previously broke for continuation. And we can look to go bearish on a 4-hour time frame if price can come down to close below this lows down here, where we have a reversal overall and directional bias where sellers will regain control of this market. I'm a beginner and I want to learn. If you're a complete beginner and you don't know nothing about trading at all, go on YouTube. YouTube is your friend. So go on YouTube, type in this, what I'm about to type in right now. Very simple. Type in FX Alex G Ultimate Beginner's Guide to Forex Trading. This is a 4-hour long video. It is not just about Forex trading. Even though it says it in the title, this video is universal to all financial markets, not just trading. So this video is universal to learning stocks, futures, options, fucking crypto. They all get treated the same. This video, you will learn about price action. You will learn about what is trading. You will learn about trading view. Basically, this is trading view where we look to mark up our charts. You learn about Forex Factory, looking at economic news. You learn how to draw on the chart, how to navigate the chart. You learn position size calculator and how to manage risk. You will learn trends and how to identify directional bias when it comes to bullish markets and bearish markets and knowing who's in control. You will learn about support resistance, candlestick, like everything beginner friendly. You will learn in this video. It's important as a beginner to learn and understand the terminologies that we use as a trader and the vocabulary that we use. That way you understand what we're talking about when we are explaining stuff. It is also important to watch. It's also important to watch people that live trade. It's important to watch people that live trade because you see the raw reality of their trading and not just the bullshit you see on YouTube videos. On YouTube is like a highlight reel, right? When I say YouTube is like a highlight reel, it's like a mixtape for an NBA player, right? You're gonna see all that person's highlights, their best trade, their best ideas, things of that nature on YouTube. Because again, it's their highlight, it's their mixtape. They're not gonna post when they're getting cooked. So the reality of trading, you're not gonna find that in a YouTube video. The reality of trading, you're gonna learn from people that actually trading live. Everybody's gonna look like the best trader in the world when they're just posting their wins. So watch people that live trade like myself or anybody else that live trade. That way you can see the real raw reaction. Reality of trading, how they enter trades, how they exit trades, how they manage trades, how they manage their emotions, how many trades they take a day, whether they FOMO or not, are they emotional, are they disciplined, their pre-market analysis, they post-market analysis, they self-talk, things of that nature. What trade do you do? I'm in a small runner on this position right up here. But this is from yesterday. So I'm still in this trade, just a small runner. So I closed 90% of my trade. I have a 10% runner just to see where it's going to run to. So I'm pretty much very, very, very deep in profit. I have my stop loss trailed below this high over here, but that's really it. I haven't taken another trade. Well, I took this trade, but I'm out of the trade already. I'm out of the trade full. But haven't taken another trade yet so far. I'm looking to take a position here on US 30 possibly. Everything else is pretty far away from where I would want to enter at. So the only possible setup for this 80 session is US 30. Scammer. I don't sell anything, so how am I scamming people? I don't sell any services, bro. Do you think TJR is a good person to learn from as a beginner? I mean, I don't know. I never watched none of his content. I just see his like meme shit on TikTok, but I never watched none of his YouTube or anything like that. So I can't tell you if he's a good person to learn from or not. But doesn't have a big influence. So I assume he has some valuable content, hence his big influence. But I can't really give you a opinion on TJR. I don't really watch his content, so I can't tell you if he's good or not to learn from. I don't know about the GOAT. The GOAT is kind of crazy to say he's the GOAT. This dude trading is legit so far. Brother, can you please do meta? I am losing money on calls. Expires tomorrow. Demo. I guess I'm demo trading. You can't even see my P&L, but I guess I'm demo trading. Speak Albania. Oh no, bro, I'm black as fuck. I don't speak Albania, bro. Again, Quincy, just make sure you watch people that live trade. Right? Thanks for the peppers. You ever get them peppers, bro? Appreciate that. But just make sure you watch people that live trade, bro. If they don't live trade, then I really want to learn from them. It's important to watch people that live trade, bro. Everybody's gonna look good in the mixtape. Kingston. If you watch people that live trade, and you're not, I mean, if they only offer live trading and their paid services, it's up to you to pay for them or not. But as long as whoever you're learning from live trade somewhere where it's free or paid version, just make sure you're watching their live trade, bro. You get the most value out of live trading, bro. I gotta see that shit. I gotta see that shit, bro. I mean, people be falling for scams, and it's always the young kids. Nah, there's a lot of definitely. You live trade every day. I used to, not anymore. This week, I think it's my third live this week. I used to live trade every day. I stopped live trading every day because I just be tired. Are you profitable? Yes, I am profitable. I've been trading for almost 5 years. I've been consistently profitable for the past almost 3 years. A couple more months to make 3 years. Consistently profitable. I've been trading totally for almost 5 years. October make 5 years trading. Do you tell a person when to buy and sell? No, I don't tell people what to do. I just showcase what I'm actively doing, and it's up to you to follow me or not. Um, I'm not here to give anybody financial advice. I'm just showcasing how I approach the market. It's up to you to take what I say with a grain of salt. Of course, I encourage everybody to do their own research. I'm just live just to showcase what my approach to the market for entertainment purposes only. Do you think learning how to trade and taking it seriously can make you serious money? Yes, it's a lot of potential in trading. This market is the Forex market specifically is the largest market in the world, and it is have I think like 7 point something trillion dollars move through the market on a day-to-day basis. But that lets you know that the market cap, how much money you can make in a single day as a trader in Forex market specifically, is hella high. Right? You can look this up yourself. How much money is moved through the Forex market on an average day? I would say 7 point something trillion. Right? So knowing that it's 7 point something trillion dollars being put into these markets on a day-to-day lets you just give you a idea on how much money you could possibly make. There's no cap to how much money you can make as a trader. So yes, you can make some serious money, but it's not easy. Don't think you're going to be trading for a couple days or a month or 2 months and just think you're going to just get rich quick. That's not how that works. Can I follow you and you guide me on what to trade, and I will like to be your student? Yes. Just follow me, come to the live streams, and watch it. Make sure you watch the video first. If you watch this video first, you will understand the stuff that I say, as you will learn the vocabulary. If I say we're breaking new highs, making new lows, if you might not understand that. So make sure you watch the video so you can understand everything basic, beginner friendly, and watch me live trade, and then you will see how I approach the markets on a day-to-day basis every time I come to the charts. Brother, do you think NQ will have good price action tomorrow? I don't know. I don't see the future. I just go off of the price action that is currently showing. I can't tell if it's going to have good price action tomorrow or not, but I can give you a breakdown on NQ and what I think about it right now. Let's look at NQ, which is the same as NAS 100. If you knew or don't know really, NQ and NAS 100 is the same thing. This NAS 100 is the CFD version. NQ is the futures version. They both are the NASDAQ. Same thing with MNQ. MNQ is also the NASDAQ, they're just minis. So it's mini NASDAQ. So NQ, NAS 100, and MNQ are all the same thing. I trade with Forex brokers and Forex platforms. So instead of trading NQ, I trade the NAS 100, which is also the same thing. So look at daily time frame on NQ. We're over bullish, making a new high. How do I know that? We made a new high, breaking above the previous high to the left hand side. Understanding that, you know that the buyers are in control on the daily time frame specifically. Looking on the 4-hour time frame, let's see our 4-hour price action. Okay, looking on the 4-hour time frame, we have a market open gap. That gap got filled. We created a higher high, a higher low, a higher high, a higher low, a higher high. Price took out this previous higher low. This was the lowest point price went before making a new low on NQ. So let's let you know that sellers are now in control. Looking at the seller price action, you have a clear lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So we're clearly bearish on the 4-hour time frame. So buyers are in control on the daily time frame. Sellers are in control on the 4-hour time frame. Go to the 1 hour. Who's in control? That's what you want to be asking yourself. Who's in control at all times? Right? Once you identify who's in control, that should give you an idea on which way you want to trade. Looking at the 1 hour time frame, we're still bearish. How do I know? We created a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, equal lows, and price is just in between this previous high and this previous low on the 1 hour time frame. Meaning that this isn't we are in a decision level. It's trying to decide, are we going to make a new high above this high here, or are we going to make a new low below this low here? This with this range, so lets you know. We're just at a decision area, right? Are we going to continue higher or continue lower on this time frame specifically? Mark up the top of the range as level of resistance, the bottom of the range as level of support, and combine that with directional bias. So looking on the 4-hour time frame, we're bearish. Looking on the 1 hour time frame, we're at a decision. So I would anticipate that if we could break below this low on the 1 hour time frame, this is also breaking below the low on the 4-hour time frame, which will be making a new low. So if you can have a break and retest of this area, you can look to, it's a higher probability that sellers will be in control of this market, and you will most likely win the trade just because you are on the right side of the market and we're breaking below a major key level. As you can see, this level was previously rejected to the left hand side right over here. If you do get sellers below this area, you can look for a wick fill target of this previous wick to the left hand side, or you can look to target this previous level of support, which is back here where we have a break, a retest, and a continuation. So you can anticipate if price comes back into this area, may have some potential rejections in this area. So that's what I think about NQ. I think NQ could go bearish, and it's a high probability that NQ confirms a bearish direction down below this area. If you do get break and retest sales in this area, you look to target this wick fill or this bottom of this range. As far as the buy side, I really won't want to buy while the 4-hour is bearish, making new lows. In order for me to buy, I want to wait for our buyers to regain control. I'm not going to buy in a bearish market. And the market doesn't go back bullish until price closes above this previous lower high. As you can see, so lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. This is the highest point price has been before making a new low. So buyers regain control back above this area. So that's what I think. Buyers are in control above 24.8. Sellers are in control below 24.430. So if I was trading NQ on the futures, I would look for buys above this area or sellers below this area. Anything price does in between, I look at that like a decision area. Let me scroll up. So read the comments I missed. Or do you think NQ will have a good price action tomorrow? Well, I just did that NQ breakdown. Can I follow you and you guide me on what to trade? And I would like to be your student. I answered that comment as well. Forex is large market, yes sir. Has it broken structure to the downside? It's in a decision level now, right? So technically we are in bearish. We are technically still bearish, But inside bearish price action, it is consolidating. So just wait for a breakout of range and then let that breakout confirm the direction of bias. Yes, I also thought so, but I want someone to say it was going to be good. Yeah, I can't predict the future. I just read technical analysis. Never predict price, always react. Yes, sir. I went to your YouTube and I thought that was a different person, so I didn't watch it. Why not, bro? Owanda? I don't use Owanda. I use it. My broker's unregulated, so I like the bigger leverage. Who? Oh, you use Owanda? Okay, bet. What are some Forex platforms you like? I don't have any Forex platform I like because I don't like no prop firm because at the end of the day, they are overseeing my P&L. Okay. They are overseeing, they put too many rules. It's just, I don't like no prop firm. But I will tell you the prop firms that I use. I use Top One Trader and Alpha Trader. I do have a Top One Trader link if you want to use my link, but it's completely up to you. I don't really care if you use it or not. Yo, when I'm a Forex replay, it keeps stopping my trade out. Don't know why. I'm not trying to sell. Stop loss placement is just probably a little off, or you probably didn't have it set. It's going to create a higher low, a higher high. It's only making a higher high if you break above 24.8. But try to adjust your stop loss placement before you actually place a trade on for FX replay, and then that should fix it. If it's not, then I don't really know. Can you break down US 30? Yes, I could. Give me a second. Sell now. That's completely up to you. If you want to sell now, sell now. US 30. Let's go. Let's do a recap of US 30 again. Even though I already did it, you probably just came late, so we can redo it. No big deal. Okay, why am I listening to fucking Cardi B right now, bro? Or whoever double tapping the screen right now, you're going crazy, bro. You're a fucking goat. Who is that? Looking at US 30 daily time frame, overall bullish. How do I know? Because price made a new high as price broke above this previous high right over here. This is our previous high. This is our current high, meaning we're making a new high. That's the daily time frame. Looking at the 4-hour time frame, we're overall bearish. How do I know? Price made a new high as price broke above this previous high. This was the lowest point. This was the lowest point price went before making that new high, and eventually this low got taken out. Let me know that sellers are now in control of this market. Looking at this 4-hour price action, we have a lower low, a lower high, a lower low, a lower high, a lower low. Sellers are definitely in control. Looking at a 1-hour time frame, same kind of price action, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Sellers are still in control. Understanding that sellers are in control, I really want to sell with the market instead of trying to buy against it. Understanding that, now I'm looking for where I want to sell. Looking at this price action, off of this lower high, we have price push down, make a lower low, and after making a lower low, we have a pullback into a discount or a premium price. Looking at this premium price on our 5-minute time frame, we have clear higher high and higher low structure. I'm actually about to sell this right now. Higher high, higher low structure. As you can see, after pull back into this area, our 5-minute shift bearish, where the sellers are now in control, because if buyers were in control as price made this higher low structure, now we're going back into bearish control as we take out this higher low. So I'm about to sell now with this entry. I'm gonna use stop loss above this current 1-hour candle. I'm gonna look to target the previous lows. So let's actually take this trade right now. Copy paste entry. Stop loss. Let's adjust stop loss slightly. Let's go to 5 flag. My overall TP. Let's go to 1 to 2. All right, I am in this trade. Let's mark this as my 1 to 2. Takes 1, 2. And let's go 5500 for a 1-to-1. This is where we manage risk. We're looking to take half my position off at a 1-to-1. Other than that, we're going to hold for a 1-to-2. Just sending your love out to the algos. Appreciate that. 50. There's 30 and that's move alike, huh? I don't correlate pairs. I treat each individual pair like it's its own pair. I don't correlate pairs because having that pair correlation in your head is going to subconsciously have you thinking that they're going to correlate all the time. In reality, sometimes they're going to defer. And because sometimes they're going to defer, it's better to just treat each pair like its own individual pair and treat all their price action like its own individual price action and stop worrying about correlations. Why didn't you 2 risk reward? Yeah, I said I'm targeting 1-to-2. So this is my second target, but I like to partial out my trades to manage my risk. You in this trade? Yeah, I'm in this US 30 trade right here. Still sitting at entry. Are you in this? Yes, I am in this. If you take my trade, I am not responsible for your future losses or gains. This is just me showcasing what I'm doing and how I approach the market. I'm not telling you in no way, shape, or form to do what I do or copy me. It's up to you. This is not financial advice. Of course, do your own research. This is just me showcasing my input on where I think the market is going to go. You in the GBP JPY trade? Is NAS 100 the same? Is NAS 100 the same as US 30? I think the equivalent to US 30 in futures is YM. I think YM is the same as US 30. Let's look. YM. Yes. So this is YM futures, and this is the same E-mini Dow Jones. That's the same as US 30 Dow Jones Industrial Average Index. So YM and US 30 is the same. You trading YM in Asian session? I am right now. Yes, I am. This is not something that I normally do, but I'm doing it right now because I feel like it, to be honest. Normally I trade London session. I never really trade Asian session, but I felt like I owed TikTok a live stream because I didn't go live stream this morning. Because normally I was live stream during London session, but because I missed this morning and I traded off stream, when I came back to the crib today, I felt like I owed y'all at least a live stream, so I decided to come on here take a trade. But this is out of my routine. I normally don't trade Asian session at all, but I feel like I owed TikTok something for missing the live stream. So that's why I'm here. This is US 30. You can see the watermark in the background. This is US 30. Good luck. I'll wait till New York time. Nah, there's no problem with that, bro. I encourage you to wait till New York time too. If I went live during the London session, I would have not came live and traded this Asian, to be honest. I hate trading Asian session, but I'm just doing it just because. And I'm up significantly on the week. Again, weekly recap so far. My first trade was on EU. I took an EU buyback over here. This is pretty much a break-even trade. I took parts out at 1-to-1 and then it overall reversed and hit stop loss. So this was just a break-even trade. All my other trades were all on. Wait, did I take? This next one was this last week? Okay, this is my first trade of the week. My first trade of the week was on NAS 100 where I hit a 1 to 2.5% reward. My second trade was on EU, which was a break even. My third trade was on GU, which was a loss back over here on Tuesday, and then I took this trade on Wednesday where I had about almost a 1 to 5% reward. I still have a small runner on this trade, so I closed 90% of my position. I still have a 10% runner running on this position, still floating in profit all the way down here. Thursday, I took the trade right over here where I got out full at a 1-to-1 just because I wanted to get out as we took these lows, and this was a scaling of this position here. So I'm up pretty nice on the week. So I'm being a little bit more aggressive now that I'm up so good on the week. So that's my weekly trade recap. What do you trade besides this? Everything you see here to the right of my face cam, where you see my watch list, this is all the pairs I trade. I think it's important to trade more than one pair because I only take A plus setups, meaning I only take approaching trades. Any trade that's not approaching trade already loses quality. I don't give a fuck if it does everything you want it to do. It takes your liquidity. It fills your gap. It does this. I don't give a fuck what it does. If it's counter trend, it's overall a lower tier setup just because you're trading against the majority, right? That's very self-explanatory. So I only take approaching trades, and understanding that price moves in phases, meaning you may have a distribution phase, you may have a manipulation phase, you may have a correction phase, you may have a consolidation phase, you may have an expansion phase, you may have a reversal phase, things of that nature. If you only traded 1 to 2 pairs, you may find yourself trading in reversal phases or trading in consolidation phases or trading in manipulation phases just because that's the only 2 things you're watching, right? When you diversify your watch list and watch more than just 1 to 2 things, you eliminate taking the lower quality trades or taking the reversal pattern trades or taking the consolidation trades or taking the lower quality trades, because there's always going to be something that looks better than that, if that makes sense. So I focus on the quality of the trade and not just being in the trade on a specific pair. Hold on quick. Hopefully that makes sense. What indicators do you use? I don't use any indicators. Sometimes I may use the 50 EMA. That's about it though. Most of the time I just use no indicators and I trade pure price action and break up previous lows and previous highs, things of that nature. I can't see your trade. Move the screen over. Like this. Are you looking at it vertically? That's probably why. Let me make my face cam smaller. Maybe. Make this higher. Make this bigger. Yeah, that's cool. Thank you. All right, bet. We ain't see the right, bro. I don't understand what you mean by that, bro. Yeah, that's cool. Thank you. No problem. And I'm about to get in this trade with you. What time frames are you on? This is the 5-minute time frame, but I'm a directional bias trader. I'm trading US 30. Oh, we can't see. Can't see the right, bro. Oh, the pairs to my watch list. I don't want to have my face cam in the middle of the screen, so that's why I was putting it back over there. But everything right here is what I trade. US 30, US 30, and NAS 100 as far as quote unquote futures, but US 30 is just the YM. NAS 100 is just NQ. But I trade them on the Forex platforms. Other than that, I trade Forex pairs like GU, EJ, EU, NZD, USD, GA, AU, Gold, GJ, GBP, CHF, and USD, JPY. So I'm a high time frame directional buy trader, and I trade on lower time frames. So I use the daily 4-hour and 1-hour time frames to establish a clear direction, or rather I want to buy or sell in a given market. Once I have my direction bias set in stone based off of the time frames direction, I go to I draw my levels on the 1-hour time frame, mark off my current highs, current low, previous lower high, etc., or current low, previous low, previous higher low, etc. And then I wait for price to pull back into one of those areas, and then I take a break and retest of those areas. Go to the 5-minute time frame to see counter trend retracements, and then I wait for that counter trend to get broken. In this case, I'm overall bearish on my directional bias. My 1-hour time frame is clearly bearish. Made a new low breaking its previous low to the left hand side. I simply draw a fib projection from the highest point of this push to the lowest point to see idea on how far this retracement actually is. This is a little over a 61% retracement of this overall bearish push. Once I seen the 61% retracement, once I seen the 61.8 retracement, 61.8% retracement on this overall bearish push, I draw into the 5-minute time frame just to get an idea on the structure of this retracement. Looking at this 5-minute time frame, I see that looking at this 5-minute time frame, I see that we have clear higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Let me know that during this time, buyers were in control as we were retracing. I just waited for the buy momentum to die out on the 5-minute time frame, confirming to me that my retracement on the 1-hour time frame is officially done. As the buying pressure die out on the 5-minute time frame, that's why I decided to take the sell stop loss above this current 5-minute high, which is also the current the previous wick on our previous hourly candle, which is also our top wick on our current 4-hour candle, as our current 4-hour candle flip bearish. So my stop loss placement is confluence backed by it being above the current 4-hour candle, above the previously hourly candle, and above our current 5-minute high. Those are all three confluences on why my stop loss is at the specific price point, which I'm pretty confident in. Are you profitable, bro? Yes. I've been trading for almost 5 years, consistently profitable for almost 3 years and a couple months. Is this a buy? No, this is a short position. So this is a sell. Selling US 30. And you got to move the camera. You keep moving it. I can't see your trade. All right, bro. All right, let's make my webcam mask small. All right, you should be able to see it now. Okay, be good. Let's remove this follower go off the screen. Bro, it's hard because I have the vertical thing up and the horizontal thing up at the same time. So what I see on my end is I see the horizontal thing. So I don't know when like my trade is not on the screen because I only look at the horizontal one. Bro, how you enter short with MT5? It should say sell. I don't use MT5 anymore, but it should say sell. MT5 is like so old and outdated. Yeah, if you want to see the whole screen, turn your phone to sideways. Hey, Damo, how you trading going this week? Have you been journaling or actively using your journal with your pre notes, post notes, pre trade, post trade? Let's make the watermark a different color, bro. Our watermark is low key. In a way. Is this a sell or buy? This is a sell, bro. In sells on US 30. If you trade futures, US 30 is the equivalent to YM. So if you're trading futures and using contracts, use trade YM. But that's not financial advice. That's just me giving information. I'm not a financial advisor, so don't try to sue me and say you lost the trade because of me. All right. Disclaimer. How many people took this trade in the chat though? Type one if you're confident in this US 30 sell. What do you think about options? I don't think no financial market is better than the other. I think options is equal to Forex. Forex is equal to futures. Futures is equal to crypto. Crypto is equal to stocks. All of them are navigated the same based off of how I will approach the other markets. So I don't think one is superior to the other. So I just think it's personal preference. Options, stocks, crypto, Forex, indices, they all have higher highs and higher lows. They all have market structure. They all have lower lows and lower highs. They all have levels up to support resistance. They all have manipulation. They all have liquidity. They all have all of that stuff. So they are all equal. I would treat them all the same. They all have. I would treat them all with 1% risk per trade. I would treat them all the exact same. So it's personal preference to me. Nah, I don't only trade US 30. I focus on the quality of any given trade. So I trade a variety of pairs. I only take high quality setups. So if the pair that if US 30 was in a retracement phase right now or counter trend for this session, I wouldn't trade US 30. I would trade something else that's pro trend. So I focus on the high quality trades only. So I trade a variety of pairs, not just US 30. That way I only take the high quality trades instead of selling for something that's lower quality just because that's the only thing I trade. High time frame tough, my G. Yeah, I trade a high time frame directional bias with 5-minute entries based off of 1 hour levels. In a nutshell. Went white, was waiting on another entry, but she about to leave me. It's cool, bro. It's better to not chase a trade. I'd rather not chase a trade and watch it win without me than to chase a trade knowing that I shouldn't have chased it and watching it lose. So it's okay if you miss a trade or like you didn't get in, bro. Because if it lose, you're gonna be happy you didn't get in. I'd rather not take a trade and then to take a trade I shouldn't take and lose. It's a trick to your psychology when it comes to trading. I'm on with you, bet. So how do y'all trade in chat? Do y'all trade support resistance? Do y'all trade for value gaps? Do y'all trade ICT? Like, where did y'all learn from? For the season trader in here. Any advice for beginners? Yeah, advice for beginners, watch through that live trade. That's the best advice anybody's gonna ever tell you. And I know that from experience. Reason why I'm telling you watch people that live trade is because you get the real raw reality of trading, not necessarily just a highlight tape. If you're watching people that post TikTok shorts and you're just watching their shorts, or you watch people that just post YouTube videos or whatever case may be, right? Giving you trade breakdowns and all that kind of good stuff, right? I'm not saying there's no value in those videos. I'm saying everybody looks good in a mixtape. Everybody looks like the best trader in the world when you're watching a mixtape, right? Same thing with highlight tapes with basketball or sports, right? Every point guard looks good when he putting together his best moments. Every quarterback looks good when he's putting together his best moments, right? Same thing with trading, right? Every trader is going to look good when he's putting a bunch of videos on his YouTube channel of just him winning trades over and over and over again. You're going to think he's fucking Jesus, right? But it's not like that in the reality, though. They're not going to post their losses. So if you watch people that live trade, you can see both ends, their wins, their losses, how they manage their wins, how they manage their losses, how their losses affect them, how they calculate risk, how many trades they take a day. Are they aggressive? Are they impulsive? Are they conservative? Are they patient? You see all of that stuff. So you get more value after from watching people that actually trade live, as opposed to just watching the mixtape. Do you always watch a trade out to TP? I partial out my trades. I partial out my position. So at a 1-to-1 risk reward, I close 50% of my trade. At a 1-to-2, depending on if that's my full target, I may close full or I may leave a small runner. So I partial out my positions and then I hold runners. Can you look at NASDAQ? Yeah, I got you right now. Just stick to one strategy and get 1% better at doing it every day. Exactly. Buy, sell with the banks. Oh, you trade order flow? That's nice. I low-key, I watched a video about order flow from Lambo Raul, but I never tried to implement it. But I did get the concept. Impulse, imbalance, impulse. Wait for a pullback. Oh yeah. Where are you selling? This is US 30. If you trade futures, this is the equivalent to YM. Is trades by side legit? I do like trades by side. I can't tell you if he's legit or not because like I do watch him, but like I never bought nothing from him, so I can't say if he's legit or a scam. Like I don't see his like I don't know how to answer that if he's legit or a scam. I think he's legit, so that's just personal opinion. Using Top Step? No, I don't trade with Top Step. I don't trade futures. I trade for Forex, prop firms, and personal capital. So I use Top 1 Trader instead of Top Step. And I also use Alpha Trader as well. Somebody said go over NASDAQ. So NASDAQ is the same as NAS 100. We're just going to use this because this is a chart that I already did. So I am bearish overall. Looking at the 4-hour time frame, let's do a whole top-down analysis all over again. Looking at the daily time frame on NASDAQ, we're overall bullish. How do I know? We made a new high above this previous high to the left-hand side, right? So if we look at this high right over here, price broke above this high as price continued up. We're just in a retracement phase sitting right over here after a bullish impulse. So looking at the 4-hour time frame, wait, before I go to 4-hour, looking at down the daily time frame lets me know that our daily time frame is overall bullish, meaning buyers are in control. Then I go to the 4-hour time frame, and I'm trying to figure out are buyers or sellers in control once again. 4-hour time frame, sellers are in control. Might be wondering why I think sellers are in control. But we were bullish, creating clear higher highs and higher lows back over here, right? This was our previous, well, this was our high at some point in time. This was the lowest point price went before making this new high. As you can see, if you look right to where this price action is, price eventually came down to take out this low, letting me know that sellers are now regaining control of this overall market. Knowing that sellers are regaining control, I want to see the selling structure. So looking at our selling structure, I see we have a clear lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. We have a break below our previous lows. Took a look to the left hand side, a pullback with a rejection wick and a continuation. Right? This lets me know that our 4-hour is bearish as well. So now we go down to the 1-hour time frame. Do the same exact thing. Ask myself, who's in control, buyers or sellers? Let's look at our 4-hour 1-hour price action. Up here we had equal highs. price took out these lows after making these equal highs where our sellers have regained control. Looking at our sellers, the seller momentum, we have a clear lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and a continuation, a lower low, lower high. Now we have equal lows. Knowing that we have equal lows and we never rebroke the current high that price made before making this equal lows, just let you know that this is a 1 hour decision level. The 1 hour is trying to decide, are we going to make a new low below this previous low, or are we going to make a new high above the previous high? That's what the 1 hour is telling me, okay? But I already know our 4 hours bearish. So my 4 hours bearish and my 1 hour is currently bearish. I would want to take sells more than I want to take buys, ideally, because it makes more sense to sell. Being so, I have more time frame telling me to sell opposed to telling me to buy. So knowing that, I don't want to sell inside this range because this range already got filled. This is letting me know this is the consolidation area and this is a decision level. Price is making the decision here. I don't want to trade while price is making the decision. I want to trade while prices are. I want to trade in the direction that price already shows me that it wants to go. It didn't show me it wants to go down from here yet because we currently look like we might be breaking this high. Why would I sell that? So I know if we could break below this previous low, give me a pullback retest, and I will look to take a continuation because after we break this low, that will confirm that we are making a new low. Then I would anticipate that price could continue down to make an even deeper low. So it makes sense to sell down here. Doesn't make sense to buy above this high here on the 4 hour, on the 1 hour, because buying above here just means the 4 hour is still bearish. I will be buying a bearish market on a 4 hour retracement, which makes it a low quality trade. So instead of trying to force that buy, in order for me to buy, I want to see a 4 hour go bullish first, confirm that buyers are in control on a 4 hour time frame, alongside it being bullish on a 1 hour time frame as well, at having that top down analysis or that added confluence. And where does that happen on the chart? The 4 hour doesn't shift bullish until we break the previous lower high that price made before making a new low. But this is our new low. This is our previous lower high. We go bullish above this area. It doesn't mean you can't take buys here. If you want to take buys here, that is completely up to you. But it's important to note that this is a riskier trade because this is buying an overall bearish market on the 4 hour time frame specifically. Okay, so me personally on NAS 100 or NASDAQ or NQ or MNQ, whatever you want to call it, it's all the same shit. I would want to sell overall, but I wouldn't want to sell where price currently is. I would want to see price break below 24.240, give me a pullback retest, and then look for a trend continuation to the downside. Hopefully that makes sense in detail. But how can you catch it? Wait for a 1 hour closure below that level. Wait for a pullback retest on a 5-minute time frame and look for a trend continuation pattern, like a break of previous higher low structure on a 5-minute chart, and use that as an added confluence to continue down, stop loss above the current high, and target the previous low. I don't think we're going too much lower, no bad news. I don't trade fundamentals, I trade pure technicals, so I don't care about what the news got going on, to be honest. I never even checked the news. How can you catch it though? Thought is my question. So this is how I trade. If I wanted to catch this NASDAQ 100 sell, I'll wait for get a 1 hour closure below this area. Once I have the 1 hour closure below this area, I'll wait for a pullback retest. When that pullback retest, I will go to the 5-minute chart just to see this kind of pattern right over here. And let's use our ghost pattern tool. Ghost feed. I will wait for. Okay, that's the wrong thing. Not ghost feed. Ghost bars. Is it called? Yeah, this is it. I'll wait for this kind of price action to happen down here. After like 1 hour closure below, say 1 hour closure is here, I'll wait for this kind of price action to happen on the 5-minute time frame. Looking at this price action, you see we have a clear higher high and higher lows. I will wait for our most recent higher low to get broken, signaling that buyers are losing control and buying momentum is dying out. Some are regaining control. How would I know that? Because price is taking out the previous high the previous low that created a new high, meaning price broke above this high, confirm this to be a higher low. Price is now breaking below this area. I will look for price to break below and use that break below at the entry for sell, stop loss above the overall high. Then I'll look to target our bottom of our next range. So that's how I will enter. Similar to my US 30 position that I'm actively in now. So looking at the US 30 position, I have a pullback retest on a 1 hour time frame. I see some rejections in this area. Go to the 5-minute chart to see the detail on that retest. Looking at the detail on the retest, we have clear higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. This is the lowest point price went before making a new high above this high right over here. Seeing that, I use this 5-minute candle right over here as we close below this previous low. Let me know that buyers are now losing control. Sellers are stepping in as an entry, stop loss above the high, look to target the bottom of the range. So that's how I will enter. it usually drops early morning as soon as market opens, so it happens so fast. I mean, just gotta watch it, bro. Stay on your toes. If it happens fast without you, it's okay, bro. You're not gonna be able to catch every sale. Like I miss setups all the time, and that doesn't. I'd rather miss a setup and not participate and watch it win than to force a setup and watch it lose. Right? It's about probability, right? So if it sets up nice and it gives you an entry, get in. If it doesn't set up nice or it just goes without you, it's okay. There will be better or more opportunities in the market. Right? I'd rather not force a trade and I'd rather not participate in a losing trade than to FOMO. I'd rather not participate in a winning trade than to FOMO a losing one any day. Did you catch the morning drop? If yes, can you show me? Nah, I didn't trade US 30 this morning. I traded GU. I can show you where I would have entered if I was catching it though. So, um, first I use the 4-hour time frame and see where we go bearish. 4 hour goes bearish below this level. I wait for price to take this low. Price took this low right over here. Let me know we bearish on the 4-hour time frame. I will go to the 1 hour time frame just to make sure the 1 hour confirms. This was our 1 hour's previous low. Wait for a pullback retest. So we got a 1 hour closure below. Like I said, I will wait for it, just like down here. Same thing happens. 1 hour closure below. Price to continue to drop off. Wait for a retest. This gave us a pullback retest into these previous lows to the left hand side. Drop into the 5-minute time frame for entry. Looking on the 5-minute time frame, I would be looking at the structure. As you can see on this 5-minute structure, we have a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, equal highs. Wait for this low to get taken out. Let me know that buyers are dying out, so are regaining control. Use this 5-minute closure as the entry. Stop loss above the high. Target the previous lows. So if I was trading this is how I would have traded it, for just a break in the retest of the previous lows. And then same thing here. Like we have another break in the retest of these previous lows. Same thing. So we got a 1 hour closure below. Price decided to drop even more. Wait for a retest. Got the retest right up here. Drop down to the 5-minute chart just to see the detail on that retest. Looking at the 5-minute structure, we have a higher high, higher low, higher high. Wait for the low to get taken. The low got took. 5-minute closure below. Use that as an entry. That loss above the overall highs, which would be above the size here, and target the lows. This risk reward just doesn't look as clean as this one. This one's a lot better. So every trade not going to give you the best entry. Sometimes you're going to have bigger stop losses. Sometimes you're going to have tighter stop losses, ideally, but it's situational. So, but the idea stays the same. Remember, break, retest, continuation. Break, retest, continuation. Break, retest, continuation. That's all I look for. Let's go back to our US 30 trade though. See what's going on over here. Wait, the 15-minute looking like what the 15-minute? I don't really look at the 15-minute. I look at the 5-minute chart. So, 15-minute on the US 30. Let's see. Still bearish. No real bullish closure, so we should be good to continue down. So isn't it showing a continuation to the downside right now on NQ? Yes, it is showing a continuation, but again, it's showing a continuation in a indecision level. It's important to understand the difference between a continuation in clear structure or a continuation in indecision. So yeah, yes, I am bearish on NQ, or what's it called? Yeah, I'm being bearish on NASDAQ, but where it's currently sitting at, I wouldn't sell there. I'm still live for about 30 more minutes and I'm getting off. What are you trading? This is US 30. If you trade futures, this is YM. So YM and US 30 is the same exact thing. I'm staying for about 30 more minutes and I'm gonna get off. I don't care where my trade is at. I'm not the person that sit here and watch they trade all day. Once I take our trade to stop loss place and TP place, I let the trade do what it's doing. I'm only sitting here still talking to y'all just for the entertainment purposes. I'm staying for about 30 more minutes, then I'm gonna get off and I'm gonna come back and go live again during the London session. Because I normally trade during London session. I don't really trade during Asian session. Only reason why I'm trading during Asian session now is because I didn't trade London session last night and I felt like I owed TikTok something. So I decided to go live again. We'll go live now because I missed London session last night. And that's the only reason why I'm taking this trade, to be honest. What's up, bro? I remember you from a couple months ago. How often do you stream? I try to stream every day, but I low-key been falling off. I've been falling off because my sleep schedule been cooked, thanks to somebody. But yeah, I'm trying to fix my sleep schedule. I think it's the most viewers we ever had in TikTok live, bro. Shout out to the 60 people in here, bro. And we got a lot of new followers, bro. Shout out to all y'all, bro. Y'all some goats. I give it too long. Wait, this shit's still going up, bro. We about to hit 70, bro. Hold on, is this about to be my first time hitting 100 views on TikTok live, bro? Hold on, am I fucking famous? That ass. No, I'm just playing. Bro, what y'all think about the US30 sale, bro? Are y'all confident in it, or do y'all think it's going too slow? What y'all think? What y'all think? It's my first time. It's my first time. Got a good luck, bro. Hey, I don't need luck, bro. I need consistency. Do the same thing over time. Do the same thing every day over time, bro. And it's just gonna and just let it happen, bro. Like if I lose this trade, so be it, bro. Like not a big deal. I can't not gonna win every trade, bro. I'm definitely not gonna lose every trade. That's for shit show. If I'm losing every trade, something ain't right. But it's a game of probability, bro. At the end of the day. So understand that it's a game of probability. You gotta understand that and calculate risk accordingly. You trade funding, yes. I trade funding and personal capital. I also go live here as well, bro. So if I say anything during this live stream that you want to rewatch or like that resonated with you or you want to re-listen to or something that you didn't quite understand, and you just want to hear me explain it all over again or anything like that, just go here, and you can see all my past broadcasts. Okay, see all my past broadcasts. This goes back to 3 years. All right. I don't recommend going all the way that deep in broadcasting, bro. But this does go back pretty far, bro. So you can watch my past broadcasts as a VOD. That way, you can revisit the lives or whatever case may be whenever you want to. Also, post videos here when it comes to explaining price action, pre-market analysis, trade breakdowns, live trade breakdowns, everything, right? Any kind of thing you want to see, just let me know, and I will gladly post a video about it. That way, you can watch it on your own free time. I also have a Discord community for free. If you're interested in joining the Discord community, where I actually call this GU sell here. As I said in the Discord community, I got an eye out on this 5-minute low on GU, looking at the sales. This is after I got off live, and then this was the sales right over here, from the other day. But if you want to join this, I also do one-on-one coaching. A damn slow down, brother. It's gonna come up. Hey, Katie, don't piss me off, bro. All right, let me slow down. I do talking hella fast, bro. For real. All right, Luna. I'm gonna need you to relax, bro. If you are interested in one-on-one coaching, want to learn from me personally on a one-on-one level where we talk, review trades, journal, all that kinds of stuff. If that's something you're interested in, full one-on-one coaching, 1 day out of the week, which will be on the weekend, message me on TikTok. I will send you the link to my free Discord community. You can join my free Discord community. You don't have to pay me for the one-on-one. I don't sell any services. I don't sell signals. I don't sell coaching. I don't sell mentorship. I don't sell anything like that. If you want to book a one-on-one with me, I will post in a Discord community on a Friday, which will be tomorrow. Do you want one-on-one coaching session this weekend? If you vote yes, I will pick one random person out of the people that vote yes and say what will be a good time for you Saturday, what would be a good time for you Sunday, whatever time frame works for you. We can build a schedule based off of that, and then we will go full in detail no matter where you're at in trading. It could be completely beginner, it could be intermediate, it could be your first day. It doesn't matter to me. I will work with you and make sure you understand everything. My one-on-one sessions last for about an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on how able you are to comprehend the way I talk, the way I teach. If I talk too fast, just let me know. I will try my best to slow down. Okay, but to me, I don't think I talk fast. Everybody else seems like I talk fast, right? But other than that, if that's something you're interested in, send me a message on TikTok. I will send you the link to my free Discord community. Disclaimer: there are fake Discord communities out there of me. There are fake tradeaholics. There are fake TikTok tradeaholics. There are fake Instagrams of me. There are fake fucking everything of me, bro. So if you ever get a message from me on Discord, TikTok, or Instagram, I'm letting you know right now, it is not me. Okay? I don't sell any services. I will never try to tell you anything. Okay, let me rephrase that. I'm not gonna say I will never, because I will start taxing y'all pretty soon. Just right now, I don't sell anything. Okay? But yeah, that's that. Do you only teach Forex? The way I teach, well, I teach Forex because I trade Forex. Okay? But I can teach any kind of trading. Okay? because I trade pure price action. I trade pure breakup structures of previous highs and previous lows and trend reverses. I teach Forex because that's what I trade, but I also, if you're somebody that trade futures, I can teach you how to trade futures as well because I do trade the NASDAQ, which is the same as futures. But instead of trading NQ, I trade NAS 100. NAS 100 and NQ is the same exact thing. So if I go to NAS 100 right now and you see this price action, let me just zoom out. You see this price action right over here on NAS 100. If I go to NQ, it will look exactly the same exact price action because NQ and NAS 100 is the same thing. It's just that NAS 100 is the Forex version, NQ is the futures version, and the price differ a little. So as you can see on NQ to the right hand side, if your phone is vertical right now, you cannot see the right hand side. If you turn your phone sideways, you can see the full screen. So, but you see the right hand side on NQ, the price is 24.6K. If I go to NAS 100, it's 24.4K. So it's a little bit off when it comes to price, but price action is exactly the same between NAS 100 and NQ. So because I trade stuff like NAS 100 and I trade US 30, which is the same as YM in futures, right? I can teach futures as well. I trade pure price action, and so the way I trade is universal across all financial markets, not just Forex. What made you choose Forex? This is what I started with, and this is what I stuck with. Like, I never made the switch to futures because I've never seen no point. If I could still trade NAS 100, which is the NASDAQ, it's the same as NQ, there's no point in me switching to futures. It doesn't make a difference to me. So this is where I started with Forex when I first started trading, like almost 5 years ago, and I just stuck with it. Are you going to be a course seller? Damn, they got you. No, I'm not gonna make a course. Course too much work. If I start selling services, it's gonna be mentorship and coaching. That way, everything we do is gonna be live. I don't want to make no videos when it comes to like course selling step by step. Like if I start selling services, it's gonna be like mentorship, one-on-one coaching or group setting coaching where everything's gonna be live. That way, I give you the raw reaction of stuff and not just having you watch a bunch of fucking videos. But I really don't want to make a course, to be honest. If I do make a course, it'll be like a free course, like beginner, very, very, very beginner friendly, like for free, just for people that like don't know nothing. So instead of like when people come in here, like, oh, this one I never knew, I always wanted to get into it. Where do I start? Like for those kind of people, I will make a beginner course for them. Instead of pointing them to FX Alex G video, like instead of pointing them to this video, I would point them to my free course. Instead of that. So I will make a free course, but that's it really. Shorts on NQ. You shorting on NQ? I'm confident in your shorts, bro. Just me personally, I'm not gonna take it. But I do like shorts as a whole. Hey Katie, what you say earlier, bro? Slow down, brother's gonna come. Gold. You said gold? Let's look at gold. Wait, nah. I ain't doing no gold breakdown for you, fuck nigga. Hell nah. You talking all that shit the other day. Talking about some, yeah, Nate, where you been at? You ain't been going live. Now you talking about some, hey, Nate, what you think about gold? Nigga, get your bitch ass on. Do you have a go-to strategy? Yes, I have one single strategy. I trade the same way every single time. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Would you like this? Would you like me to go over my strategy? Oh, I never entered because I like it. I like the shorts on NASDAQ. Just that I'm already in US 30, so no point in me trying to take NASDAQ as well. And I don't normally trade Asian session. So this is out of my ordinary. But I'm just a little bit more aggressive because I've been cooking up all week, to be honest. Hey Luna, do you trade futures or do you trade Forex? Or do you trade options or something else? Still been winning. You don't help me, bro, boy. Nah, bro. You talking all that shit earlier the other day, talking about something. Yeah, bro. I make 50. I ain't gonna say your dollar amount, but you said I made X amount of dollars going whoop whoop. Yeah, nigga, where you been at, nigga? Where you been at? Nigga, I've been cooking all motherfucking week, bro. You know what I'm saying? But nah, bro, don't be coming here trying to see my goal idea. Yeah. But how much is the mentorship? I don't sell anything right now. But I think I'm not gonna start doing services until 2026. So I think I'm gonna do the rest of this year for free, and then I'm gonna launch something in like the beginning of next year. What's up? What's up, Jeff? What about Bitcoin? When we do a Bitcoin breakdown, I got you. Mind you, I say that on a 3-day streak. Hat trick, as they say. Yeah, it must be a motherfucking hat trick because it must it must be a hat trick because bro be over there quaking. Wait, why is the Bitcoin futures, bro? All right, looking at Bitcoin on a daily time frame, we're overall bearish. How do I know we're bearish? We took out this previous low to the left hand side. Hey Luna, pay attention, Luna, because you asked for my strategy. This is my strategy. The way I'm about to explain this right now is how I approach every financial market, not just Forex, not just futures. So if I was trading crypto right now, I would do the same exact approach. Okay. So daily time frame, we're overall bearish. How do I know? Price was bullish above this lower high. We made a new high. Looking at our bullish structure, we have a clear higher high, higher low, higher high right up here, higher high, higher high, higher low, higher high. This is the lowest point price made before making a new high all the way up here. Price took out this low, let me know that we are now transitioning into sellers market, meaning sellers are in control. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. You're looking at this low, but I wanted to pay attention to the structure here as well. I didn't want to just ignore the structure because it's structure in between. So yes, you do have a low here, but this structure in between. We are bearish, but I just want to point out we went bearish below this low. This is where it shifted. All right, so daily time frame is bearish on the daily time frame. So sellers are in control. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. Yes, I picked the low that created that high because once that low gets taken out, that lets me know that sellers are regaining control. Correct. So looking on the 4-hour time frame, I want to say we are bearish as well. How do I know? We were bearish, we were bullish as price created all of these highs and high lows back up here. As price came down to take out this low, this is where we decided to shift bearish. Looking at our bearish structure, we have a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, a new lower low. So 4-hour is bearish alongside our daily being bearish. Let's get into our 4-hour, 1-hour time frame. Looking on the 1-hour time frame at this price action here specifically, this is what I'm focusing on. This price action right over here. We were bearish, creating lower lows and lower highs here. Price went bullish, faked out buyers because our higher time frame direction was bearish and continued to sell off. We went back bearish below this level as the 1-hour continued bearish, and now we have a new aggressive low below these previous lows to the left hand side. So our 1-hour time frame is bearish. So understanding that our 4-hour time frame is bearish, 1-hour time frame is bearish, daily time frame is bearish, it makes more sense to sell rather than buy. So understanding that, there's no way I'm looking for buys at all on Bitcoin. If I was trading it, if I was position size holding it, I would be setting a pending order at a lower price. So understanding that, on based off of Bitcoin, I will mark off my current low, my previous low, my current lower high. That's how I identify levels. So it will be my current low, which will be this low right over here. Our previous low, meaning the previous lowest point price went before having a rejection. So which would be this here, meaning the price created this low, had a retracement, and now a new low. This is my previous low. My current lower high, meaning the current highest point price went before making a new low, which would be this is the new low right over here. Let's follow price as we retrace, and this is the highest point price went before making that new low. So I'll mark that off as well. Now I have my 3 levels: my current low, previous low, current lower high. But when it goes below the low that created that high, sometimes it goes even lower. Exactly. I want it to go even lower because once it goes below that high, I'm anticipating that price is going to sell off that lower high. Because it goes below that lower high is what shifted it to bearish structure. So I want it to continue down. So that's where I shift my bias. So I have my 3 levels marked off. Based off of selling, I would want to see price pull back into this area for a trend continuation being bearish. Because again, my daily time frame is bearish, my 4-hour time frame is bearish. But half the time in reverse, nah, that's cap. I'm gonna show you the examples. Daily time frame is bearish, 4-hour time frame is bearish, 1-hour time frame is bearish. So I really want to sell rather than buy. So if price can give us a pullback retest into this area, I'll look to sell at the trend continuation to retarget these lows if we get a rejection in this area. Other than that, if price decides to continue down and break below this current low, I will look for this same kind of pattern to happen down here. If I get this sell entry, I could look to target these lows. If I get this sell entry, I could look to target our next lows, which will be these equal lows all the way down here. And as far as buy, I really wouldn't want to buy until our 4-hour goes bullish. And that doesn't happen until price comes above this high, which is the previous highest point price went before making a new low. So if we could come back above this area, our 4-hour will go bullish alongside our 1 hour going bullish at the same time. And we can look to target the daily highs up here. That's what I think about Bitcoin. Sells, if we get a retest back into 1100, or if you break below 108K, and buys if you break above 113K, 114K. US 30, yes, I am in US 30 sales. We're currently back at entry. Hard broken and put the pieces, put tape on it. Let's scroll up a little bit. What time are you on Discord live? I don't go live on Discord. I do one-on-one coaching on live. If you want to do if you're interested in my one-on-one coaching, you want to send me a message and I will send you the link, and then I will do a one-on-one coaching this weekend. Do y'all want a one-on-one coaching this weekend, or do you want me to do a Discord live where everybody can talk and share their screen and I can give feedback to everybody at the same exact time? That will be more fun, to be honest. Which one would you want? One-on-one individually, or like a Discord call with like where I live teach in front of everybody, and we could do like it probably won't be a lot of people, probably be like 5-10 people on the Discord, to be honest. But that way y'all can talk instead of typing in the chat. But on a bigger scale, not just a one-on-one. But at some point it will reverse and go up, right? Yes, at some point it's gonna reverse and go up, or it's gonna retrace and go up, but at some point. So let me give an example on what I mean, Luna. Not Luna, Fancy Nancy. So let's pick a random pair. Let's not go random pair. We're just gonna go, let's go back to Bitcoin. Just because you use Bitcoin as a reference. So we're going to go to the 4-hour time frame specifically. As you can see, I'm going to mark off every time price shift direction. Okay. We're going to start here. Okay. So back here, price was creating lower lows and lower highs. Right. Let's make this a lot bigger so you can see the detail. Make this a brighter color. All right. Every time you still in the trade, yes, I'm still in US 30. So as you can see, price was creating lower lows and lower highs right over here. Price broke above the highest point that created that new low. So this was the new low we created. This was the highest point price was before making that new low. This was the highest point price was before making that new low. This lets you know if price goes above this level, we shift our bullish from bearish. We shift our bias from bearish to bullish. Let's see what happens after price made that new high. Boom. Price made a new high. What happened? We continued higher. So we did have a retracement. This is not a reversal though. This is just a retracement of overall bullish direction, giving potential buyers opportunities to get in to continue their direction. So now we look at the bullish structure. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Let's change the color to let me know this is bullish. Again, this is the lowest point price went before making that new high. As you can see, once price went below this area, guess what we did? We shifted momentum again, meaning we went from bullish structure to bearish structure. How do I know? Price went below this area, give you a retest and a continuation. So now let's look at the bearish structure. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Let's continue. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Let's make this red so you know that this is bearish. This is bearish. Eventually, price went above this lower high. This is the highest point price went before making this new low. Price went above this area where we shifted bullish. But as you can see, this bullish momentum didn't hold because we took out this previous low as well. But this was just letting you know this was a bullish fake out in the overall bearish market. So price went below this low again, and our bearish momentum started to continue. Where we have a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, equal lows. Then price went above this high that created this equal low where we decided to shift bullish. Looking at this bullish shift, we have higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Then it continues higher high. Just change the color so you know we bullish now. Again, this was the lowest point price went for making that new high where we decided to shift bearish. How do I know we shift bearish? Because once we took out this low, we decided to make lower lows. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. And this is current price. So this is me showing you that just once price took out that previous high after making new lows, we go bullish. Once price take out that previous high, but no, once price take out this previous high after making a new low, we go bullish. Once price take out this previous low after making a new high, we go bearish. Sometimes situational where you're going to get faked out to where it takes out a high and then reverses, like how it did back. Where did it happen at? Okay, back here. Price took out the highest point that made it this new low, went bullish for a little bit, and then reversed and went back bearish. This probably happened because our higher time frames was still bullish and bearish. So if I go to the daily time frame and look back at that same price point, which is right over here, this is still bearish structure. As you can see, we still continue down, right? So this fake out happened because we were still bearish. So if I'm looking at this as a bearish market on the higher time frames, and I see this bullish shift on the lower time frames, I'm not looking to buy here because our directional bias is overall bearish. So this is the setup that you will avoid just because it's counter trend. So what I mean by counter trend trades have lower quality. Hopefully all of that made sense. But this is how you, if you could do this accurately on a chart, then you will have a better understanding on how to predict where current price is, direction of current price. Being able to spot when we go from bearish to bullish, bullish to bearish, bearish to bullish, fake out, continue bearish, bearish to bullish to bearish, etc. And if price was to trade back above this previous high right over here, I would anticipate that we're going to start going back up because we have another shift in structure here where buyers lose control, sellers lose control, and buyers regain. And that's price action. US 30, let's get back to US 30, see where it is at. On US 30, still sitting at entry. So price is going pretty much slow right over here. Look at a 15-minute time frame. We may have some kind of retracement here. But as long as we respect this high over here, we should continue down. I'm anticipating. What you're trading? I'm actively in US 30 right now. Do you want me to do a breakdown on US 30 again, or do you want to just see it on the screen? Where are you streaming from, brother? I'm streaming from the United States, brother. But at the red arrow, it went below the low and reversed up. No, I really don't want to go back into it, to be honest. Did I delete it already? Yeah, I deleted it already. Let's see if I can go back. Okay. Where are you talking about? It went below the red arrow and reversed up. Are you talking about right here? It's just a reversal. It's a part of price action. It will reverse up, but it doesn't show you the reversal until it takes the high. So while it's down here, if it starts to go up, this could just be a retracement. You don't know the difference between a retracement or a reversal until it happens. Like it's trying to catch or predict the reversal is a recipe for disaster. When you spot a reversal, you need to wait for the reversal to happen and confirm that it is a reversal and then trade the reversal. Like I'm not an aggressive trader. You're not going to see me trading ICT or fair value gaps trying to top wick. Yeah, trying to top tick a drop, trying to bottom tick a push up. I'm not doing it. I'll wait for the reversal to show itself and then I trade what the market shows me. Other than that, I have to wait for it to happen. So price could tick a low and reverse, but until it will retrace, and then if it retraces and continues, then it becomes a reverse. So everything is always a retracement first until it ticks out that previous high or that previous low. No. So do you think US 30 will go take the high before it goes lower? No. I don't want it to take the high. That's why my stop loss is up here. If price comes back up here, this lets me know that buyers are in control. My selling ID is wrong and I'm losing the trade. So I'd rather close my trade here because if we go above here, there's a higher probability that price will go higher. So understanding that, I don't want to be in the trade anymore. I would take my loss on the chin and get off the charts. So I'm anticipating that price should continue lower because sellers are currently in control. And I'm using this as a safety net. Like if we take this high, my bias is wrong, means though it's bearish, and I'm getting out of that trade. So in the bearish market, I'm looking at the lows, not really looking at the highs. I don't understand your question when you say use the previous high as the high. Previous highs are previous highs, and previous lows are previous lows. So my direction is bearish. I'm looking at this previous low as my direction to bias. Having a break, a retest. I'm anticipating a continuation. I had to write at the high myself. So you got a good ass entry, bro. You're a sniper. Hey, Fancy Nancy, I think you would get a better understanding if we actually talked rather than you being in the chat, like you did like a one-on-one coaching call or something like that. That way I could actually hear what you're thinking and have you show me your screen. That way I can see what you're drawing out and I can correct it that way. But based off of you being in the comments, like it's harder to kind of predict what you're looking at based off of like reading chat because it's a little bit delayed between what I read versus what I say. I use the stop order before the market close. All right, so you got use a limit order and got filled. That's a sniper ass entry, bro. That's a good entry. I'm hating. Not really hating because I trade my own setups. So, but we did get a good entry though. You should be in some nice profit. Where are you looking to get out at? I'm gonna stay here for the next 5 minutes. I'm getting off the chart at 8 o'clock, and I'm still gonna hold this trade. If you want updates on what I do with this trade, send me a message on TikTok. I'll send a link to the Discord. And for the people that take this trade, I would update in the general chat room about what I do with this trade. But who this? I didn't even send a link out. So who just joined, bro? This was literally a couple minutes ago. What's trading? I am in US 30. Just joined. Was good, D1 Williams. Did you take any trades today? How did your New York session go? Oh, you like it for Asian session? I don't trade Asian session. I'm only here trading Asian session now because I missed London session. I didn't miss London session physically, but I missed London session trading, like live trading. I try to live stream every day, and my sleep schedule been cooked low key. But I did trade London session by myself, but I wasn't on my computer, so I couldn't live trade. So to make up from providing value to TikTok, as I try to do every day, I decided to go live on Asian session. That way I could talk and engage with people to reach out, like, and provide some kind of value. So I forgot I live trading the process, even though I don't normally trade Asian. So I'm just trading Asian now because I missed live trading on London, but I did trade on London as well. I've been messing with GC gold. You messing with gold? Nice. I like gold. I trade a lot of different stuff. I trade a lot of different Forex pairs. I trade NASDAQ. I trade Dow Jones, which is US 30, which is YM. I trade gold as well. I trade a lot of major Forex pairs. Buy or sell on gold today. It's up to you. I can't tell you what to do, but I could give you my input as an opinion, not as a fact. But based on gold, let's look at it. Top down analysis once again, as I did like 5 times today, because like everybody wants to see gold. Overall bullish bias on a daily time frame. We made a new high as price broke above this previous high to the left hand side right over here. But on a 4-hour time frame, still a bullish bias as price made a new high above this high right over here. Aggressively bullish. This is just a retracement phase of a overall bullish trend. Look at the 1-hour time frame. Now this is where we go bearish. So price created a higher low, higher high, a higher low, a higher high. Let's zoom out. A higher high, a higher low, a higher high, where we decided to go bullish. Then as you can see, this low ended up getting taken out where we shifted bearish. Now we have a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. We are bearish, but this is a consolidation area. Even though we're bearish on the 1-hour time frame, we are at an indecision level. So because this is an indecision, and then when it comes to direction, where we still bearish, but we created equal highs and equal lows playing inside a overall range, I wouldn't want to trade inside this price section. I would rather price break above this area. If price breaks above this previous high in the 1-hour time frame here, 1-hour time frame will shift bullish alongside our 4-hour already being bullish, and then a retracement break and retest of these previous area here. And our daily is already bearish as well. So this is a high quality trade breaking above this area where our 1-hour shift bullish alongside our 4-hour and our daily already being bullish. Other than that, for buys, other than that, for sells, I really wouldn't sell until price comes all the way down here where our 4-hour shift bearish. This is a long way from price. But if you're a little bit more aggressive or want open to taking a more riskier trade, you could take sells as price closed below this area. We have clean range to left hand side to fill and the rest of this imbalance to see if the 4-hour could flip bearish as we come to take this low. Have clean range to fill to the left hand side, but this is a lower quality trade just because it's countertrend to the overall direction of the market, when though the daily and the 4-hour still will be bullish as price comes down in this area. That's what I think about gold. So as far as today, it's up to you to make your own decision. But that's my buy area. That's my sell area. Anything in between, I consider indecision. Luxury Auto said choppy. Yes, I agree. Gold is very choppy. I'm gonna stay here with about 2 more minutes. So again, if y'all want to learn from me how to trade, you want one-on-one coaching or want me to do a Discord live with the whole Discord community, send me a message on TikTok. I will shoot you a link to the Discord. The Discord is completely free. I will do a poll. I'm gonna send a poll in the Discord on Friday. On Friday, I'm gonna send 2 polls. So one poll: do y'all want a live? Do you want a community live coaching call where everybody can join the call at one specific time, depending on what time y'all pick and what day? Or I can do 2 days exactly. Do you teach live? I will. I will. That's what I'm asking right now. On this community, I will post a poll on Friday and say, do y'all want a one-on-one coaching with one person, or do y'all want me to do a community live stream with the whole entire Discord? Whoever joins. If y'all vote community live, I will say Saturday or Sunday or both days, depending on how much engagement I get. I could do both days, Saturday and Sunday, and I will say, do y'all want a time 5 p.m., 7 p.m., or 9 p.m. EST? Right, whatever time frame y'all pick, that's the time we will do. And if you make it, you make it. If you don't make it, you don't make it. I'll do one Saturday and Sunday, depending on how Saturday goes with the engagement. If y'all vote, y'all want one-on-one coaching instead, again, keep in mind, one-on-one coaching will just be one specific person. If y'all vote one-on-one coaching, I will do another poll and say, who wants to be part of the one-on-one coaching? I will pick one random name from all the people that vote me, and then I will have a coaching call with that person specifically. Do you teach live, bro? I ain't self-taught. I just watch videos. Nice. I think you should find other traders that trade similar to how you already trade based on the videos you watch, that live trade, and watch them live. It's important to watch people that live trade rather than just watching videos, because videos is just like a highlight reel, like sports. Every point guard looks good when they put a mixtape together. I could do a mixtape of a fucking Division 3 point guard playing against, I don't know, the fucking worst team in the fucking city, and he gonna look great because he played against a bunch of bums and it's his highlight tape. Okay. Again, every point guard gonna look good in their highlights. That's why it's highlights. Same thing with YouTube and videos. Like every trader gonna like the best trader when you're just watching their best trades or they breaking down their winning trades, things of that nature. Everybody's gonna look like they know what they're talking about because you're just seeing them winning. You're not gonna be able to see them losing because they're not gonna post their losses. So it's important to watch people that live trade because you get to see their wins, you get to see their losses, you get to see how they manage their emotions, you get to see their kind of self-talk, you get to see if they're over risking, you get to see if they're over leveraging, you get to see if they're over trading, you get to see that kind of stuff. You get to see their self-talk, you get to see if they're nervous, you get to see if they're aggressive, you get to see if they're conservative, if they're patient, you get to see the real reality of trading rather than just watching their highlight tapes on a YouTube where you're just seeing every trade that they're taking, they win. Everybody's gonna look good when they win it, like on YouTube. It's people that's unpopular posting YouTube videos and blowing accounts, but inside of YouTube, it look like they win in every fucking trade because they only posting they win. So I think you should find somebody that trades similar to you and watch them a lot that's profitable. That way you could get a real reality of how it's going to be instead of just looking at their wins. We got 50 new followers this stream. Do I got motion? Like as you can see, based off of I think you just got here, but for the past hour and 55 minutes that I've been here, once I took this trade, you didn't see me say, "Oh, we coming back up. Let me chill stop loss." You didn't see me say, "Oh, we might lose this trade." Like I don't give a fuck what happens with this trade. Once I take a trade, I'm comfortable with holding the risk because I accepted the risk before I even placed the trade. So if this trade completely reverses and just shits on my stop loss, I'm okay with that because I accepted the risk before I took the trade. If the trade completely drops and falls to TP2, I'm okay with that because I wanted that to happen any fucking way. So right, you see me go over and navigate through different pairs and analyze different pairs based off of the way what the chat is engaging and asking for. Like somebody asked for Bitcoin, somebody asked for gold, somebody asked for other stuff, right? NASDAQ. And not once did I say, "Oh, let me go back and see US 30. Let me go back and see US 30. Let me go back to see US 30 because I'm already in the trade, right? I don't care to go look at other stuff because the market's gonna do what it wants to do, whether I'm actively looking at it or not. Like I could get off my computer right now and price action is still gonna move. So me sitting here monitoring it, not gonna change the outcome of the trade. So that's why another thing why I say watch live traders, because again, stuff like this don't affect me. Like watching it go in drawdown. This bitch can go 1 pip from drawdown, and I still won't make it. You won't see me say, "Oh, let's close the trade early, cut the loss short." No, I accepted the risk when I placed the trade, so I'm going to see it through. I'm down 19 evals, bro. 19, that's it? Only 19? That's rookie numbers, bro. 19, that's it? You should just getting your feet wet, bro. How do you know when you should 100% buy? You never know when you should 100% buy because every trade has the opportunity to lose. And that's a part of percentage. I mean, that's a part of probability. D trades. This gold, nah, this is US 30. If you look at the top left of my screen, if you're watching it horizontally, you can see US 30. If you're watching the vertical, you can see US 30 right over here, the water pot. US 30, if you trade futures, US 30 is the same thing as YM. When is it more likely to buy than it is to sell? We have more confluence to telling you to buy rather than telling you to sell. And use that based off of direction of bias. So at the daily time frame, you see higher highs being made. 4-hour time frame, you see higher highs being made. 1-hour time frame, you see higher highs being made. You should look to take buy opportunities just because you have more time frame telling you to buy based off of telling you to sell. And vice versa. If you see the daily time frame has more lows being made, if you see 1-hour time frame has more lows being made, 4-hour time frame more lows being made, it's important that you look to take sells based off of buys, according to opposed to taking buys, just because you have more time frame telling you to buy sells rather than to take a buy. So when it comes to deciding whether to buy or sell, use a directional buy, sense of directional buy based off of your top-down analysis. Me personally, I like the daily, 4-hour, and 1-hour time frames. What are your green and red zones? So this is the actual trade I'm in. The green zones just mean the trade I'm in is actually in profit. The red zones means my floating P&L is in a negative. So because we are in the green zone, we are floating a little bit in profit, meaning my P&L is up. And if it's red, that means my P&L is down. So this is just my short position. I started my account with $20 and now I'm up 180. I want to say as you increase the account size, lower your risk. So start to slowly lower your risk. Because again, every new trader has that beginner luck phase where they think they're on top of the world because they flip $20 to 180. The next thing you know, they get to 1K and it's gone. Right? So it's important to understand that your $20 to $180 is high risk, high reward, and it's not sustainable when it comes to trading long term. So understand that's not sustainable when it comes to long term. It's important that you get better grasp on risk management. It's hard to have proper risk management with a smaller account, but as you grow the account, start to lower your risk. That way you could be in it for the long game, not just be in it for a get rich quick, right? At the end of the day, trading is a game of probability, and every trade has a probability to lose. Even if I take the best A+ setup where I had the 4-hour, daily, 1-hour all telling me to sell and have a market structure on a 5-minute time frame at a major key level, even if I have all of that, I still have the price could still reverse on me and I could still lose the trade. That is a thing that happens, right? You can't avoid losing as a trader. So as a newer trader, you want to get better at learning the skill rather than just opposed to trying to flip an account, right? The money's going to come over time. That's why I tell a lot of newer traders, don't focus on the dollar amount, focus on getting good at making a specific percentage gains. Me, I target 5% a month, right? So when people ask me, hey, Nate, what's the biggest trade you made? Or what's the biggest P&L you had in a single day? I don't teach that because I don't want you to get my results, get an idea of my results and try to replicate my results by taking my trade and expect the same kind of thing, right? I teach in percentage gains because percentage gains never change. 1% is going to always be 1%. It just differ from the account size. So 1% of $100 is $1. So 1% of $1,000 is $10. 1% of $100,000 is $1,000. If I tell you I make 1%, if I tell you I make 5% a month, you can correlate that 5% to whatever account size that's yours and do that math in your head. Okay, on average he would get this kind of return if he was trading with this account size. If you get good at making 5% a month consistently or 10% a month consistently, all you have to do is scale capital, meaning go to prop firms and leverage their capital to get more capital and leverage that. But you don't get a clean sense of risk management when it comes to trading small accounts. A lot of people may turn $20 to $180 and think they know what they're doing as a trader because you did a big account flip. Then they go trade a bigger account and then they blow the account and wonder why they fail in 19 evals. Because you don't have a clean grasp on risk management, and every trade you take is over leveraging, wondering why you hit max daily drawdown. Right? So again, as a newer trader, it's important that you learn to skill rather than to just try to sit here and flip accounts all day. It's unsustainable. And that's not really the reality of trading. What does leverage mean? Leverage just means for every dollar I deposit into an account, the broker will match me 50, giving me $50 of buying power. You speak facts only, bro. I like to tell people all the time, I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I have the easiest trading strategy, the easiest thing to understand, and the best grasp on psychology, right? I want to be that person as an educator that I wish I had when I was coming into trading. Like my outlook on how I view the markets is a lot different than the most people. And the most people just try to sell you their accomplishments. I want to sell you on the reality, not what I accomplished as a trader. I want to tell you the reality, that way you avoid all the other nut shit. What platform do you think I should go on for a beginner trader? As a beginner trader, you shouldn't be looking to go on a platform. You should be looking to learn how to trade first. As a beginner trader, go on YouTube University and look up beginner guides to ultimate beginner guide to day trading. Watch the 4-hour long video. That way you can understand the terminology and vocabulary of traders use and understand the basics, and then watch people live trade and ask questions in live trade and people that live trade streams like mine or whoever else you decide to watch. You don't have to watch me if you don't like the way I talk, or if I talk too fast for you, watch somebody else to talk a little slower, or that's easier for you to understand. But watch YouTube first. That way you don't gotta worry about saying somebody's a scam because you bought their services and you didn't get the results you wanted. Again, you watch somebody live. Watch that for free, and if it's something that you're interested in and you can see yourself doing, pursue it. If not, find a different high income skill. Do you recommend any people to watch? Yes, not on TikTok though. I just came into the TikTok space when it comes to live trading. I've been live trading on YouTube for quite a while, so I have a couple people to watch on YouTube. So I personally trade support and resistance. If somebody that trades supply and demand, I have my guy Luca No Limit. This is one of my friends. He live trades as well, but he doesn't trade support and resistance. He trades supply and demand. So this guy Luca No Limit trades supply and demand. He also had the podcast where he interviewed like Lebo Raul. He interviewed trades by side. He interviewed this was a fucking good ass interview right over here. But he live trade and he also do podcasts. So Luca No Limit is somebody that I recommend watching, and Emmett Trades. I don't know if you know who Emmett Trades is, but he's one of my friends as well. Emmett Trades. So he is somebody else that I recommend watching. He live trades as well. They do a lot of trades during power hour. So if you're somebody that trade New York session or trade power hour, they trade during those times. What you trade NAS? Yes, I trade NAS, NASDAQ, I trade US 30, I trade gold, I trade GU, GJ, EJ, NZD, a bunch of other pairs. I don't trade specifically just NAS, but yes, I do trade NAS. I took a NAS trade on the beginning of the week on Monday, which was, okay, not my trade, let's delete that. That was an example. But my last NAS trade was back over here on Monday. And I caught these NAS bots. So yes, I do trade NAS. Not every day though. All right, this really 5 more minutes, and I'm getting off, chat. 5 more minutes. I've been supposed to get off. You watching Baby Pitch is way better than this kid. Okay, he's trolling. What do you do when you trade his one-to-one? I close partials. If you want to know, let's go to TikTok. Yeah, that's not TikTok. Go to TikTok, go to my channel, and where's the video at? This video right over here with the thumbnail that says risk management plan. This will tell you how I manage risk when the price hits my one-to-one, and further, and even beyond that, and how I hold runners. Watch this video right over here. 60 seconds, you will learn how I manage risk. I've been learning a lot recently. I've been practicing on paper trading. That's good. All I gotta do is just keep going, bro. All right, I'm gonna wrap the stream up here. I've been live for about 2 hours. This is a long ass stream. I'm gonna go live again during the London session. That's why I need to go to sleep now and get off here to I can re-go live during the London session. I'm gonna update the Discord on what I do with this trade. If I go close at break even, or if I hold stop loss or whatever the case may be, I'm gonna update the Discord. If that's something you're interested in, send me a message on TikTok. I will send a link to the Discord community. It's free. Other than that, I'm gonna wrap the live stream up here. Shout out to the 40 people we had here. I think we peaked at well, for the people we have here now. Shout out to all the guests we got on TikTok as well. I think we picked at like 73 views or something like that. We got almost 60 new followers. I'm gonna wrap it up here. I'm gonna be live again during the London session tonight, so make sure you up and inside the chat. It's your boy Traderholic, and I'm out. Chat, peace. What's the name of the person you say is good to watch again? Luca No Limit and Emmett Trades. So Emmett Trades, he trade supply demand as well, combined with support and resistance. And this person right over here, EMMITT space trades, and Luca No Limits. These are both my friends. They don't trade support and resistance. They trade supply and demand. I'm not thinking I'm the only person that trades support and resistance. But yeah, this guy right over here, he also do a lot of podcasts with very, very, very rich traders. So he provides a lot of value on YouTube outside of just live trading. So watch both of those. These are my friends, and they some good traders. It's your boy Traderholic, and I'm out of here, chat.